This is day 286 of the Arukh HaShulchan OC. If you'd like to sponsor an upcoming share of the Arukh HaShulchan OC or more, please contact me directly. It's very greatly appreciated. It will be very greatly appreciated. Today we are doing Siman Reish Beis, Siv Vav through Siman Reish Beis, Sif Yud Beis. We're going to read Reish Beis, as I mentioned yesterday, for a while. I mentioned yesterday the Shir Bracha Achrona is a kizayis or for solids and revius for liquids, for beverages. Vav Shir Achil b'kizayis ain't look shochel kizayis b'achilas pras. That the kizayis is the shir for Bracha Achrona only works if you ate the kizayis within the amount of time it takes to eat a pras. But if it takes you more longer than that, answer Bracha Achrona, you don't need Bracha Achrona. But kama achilas pras. What is that shir achilas pras? That's a Rambam. Sholosh beitzim. It's to 3 beitzim. So, size is half a beitza, so it's the amount of time it takes to eat 6 kizaysim. That's Rashi arba beitzim, which would mean the amount of time it takes to eat 8 beitzim. Kosh kosim siman v'kafrei should base ayin sham. Ubebiria yesh safek. It's not clear if something is a whole fruit, unless in kizayis, if you have to make a bracha achrona or not, whole fruit or vegetable. Dulai lo bein kazayis, perhaps in the case where you do not need kazayis, commercial kosuv, b'simun reshiyot, v'shom is bar b'siyah t'shmai. That's what we explained then. But chasi yisor b'chaza, a pious person, as we saw yesterday, will be meticulous eating something which is definitely not, or definitely yes, a shear. The shear shesiyas v'yis pasuk Rambam on the Yisurim Perak Yudalim Machos Rosur Din Tes Del Shona. Chen hashoyse chulei ma'at ma'at. If you drink very slowly, or adam matman, or blood is talking about there as well. If in the beginning of your drinking the reis till the end of the drinking the reis, you tarry the normal amount of time to drink a reis, then you're chayiv. Start from them, join together. And if not, aim at time, don't join together. Ad kan leshona. So the Yom Kippur also the same amount of time. This is explicit in the Tosefta. That's the Tosefta. So the Tosefta says Shasa because of Shasa. You drank again. If it's from the beginning of the first drinking until the end of the last drinking. Amount of time it takes to drink a revius, mitzdarfin, they join together. But if not, aim mitzdarfin, akam l'shono. Ve'enli tma. You cannot ask, says Arukh HaShulchan. Ma shayab shiyas revius l'shos kadesh to siyas revius. What does that mean? Amount of time it takes to drink a revius is in the amount of time, have a drink a revius, amount of time that it takes to drink a revius. Seems to be defining itself by itself, right? It means it's like this. The ain't definitely shtos revius b'asachas. People don't drink revius at once. The zel gargon, that's considered to be a person who is gluttonous, although gluttonous is normally used by eating, but the equivalent by drinking. Like we say, shtos kosav b'asachas. Someone drinks a cup at one gulp. I raise a gargaron. Shnaim in 2 gulps. That's appropriate. And there's normal derech is to interrupt a bit while drinking. Lishtos menachas and to drink slowly. So let's say it's to take some time. It came in mail das Rambam. So according to Rambam, also the gam bracha achrona kainu. It's whatever the derech is to drink the revius in that amount of time, not the minimum share it takes it takes to drink the revius. Rambam also tells you tarry more than the amount of time it will take to drink the revius. Answer the bracha achrona. You don't have to make a bracha achrona. I must some you're there. Simon pay hey. And now comes a very famous Arukh HaShulchan about tea and coffee. Zayin, ulefize v'shtias chamin, tea or cafe. When you're drinking a hot drink such as tea or coffee, she's showing zman ma b'shtias revius, it takes you time to drink revius, and tzarech bracha achrona, you should not require bracha achrona. V'chasid yireh l'shtos revius man can below shia. But somebody who is a pious person would therefore drink enough with to make a revius, drink revius in the little amount of time that would still required to make a bracha achrona. She's born because of the opinion of the Rambam, which will become clarified. The Elamai can't say came to the derech lishtos chamin ma'at. Since people normally drink hot beverage slowly. Einam doim l'shar mashkin, not like other beverages. For Rabbi Amos Kuf Tzadik Siv Dal, we already explained shein l'chayif ben shesila shir can't draw distinctions between different types of drinking. Let's see, we should serve the behind sort of chazak we said that in order to reject the opinion who says that when you drink whiskey, mevarchin bracha achroina ava pachas revius, make a bracha achroina even less than revius. Lo pruga chayim mentioned silah chayim did not distinguish make distinctions in the parameters between various different types of drinking. Ayin sham shekain iskim with the achronim. That's what the achronim do say. Mishnah Berurah says, again, famous Mishnah Berurah, the anshe ma'aseh. They are accustomed at the end of the drinking a hot beverage to leave enough of shiur revius that will cool off a bit, in order they should be able to drink that revius without interruption and make a bracha achroina. And this is the best thing to do to be yotze according to everybody. Ches hom nam, however, v'atur b'shon of this common siman tafresh base Yom Kippurim maybe Shraim said the gamatzir for shesiyah havik the achilas pras kachila. The rabbi holds that there's no shir kadei shiras revius. The shiras kadei achilas pras also for drinking. Rabbi Yunus Gimel Dvarav. Maybe people agree with him. Shkeim for shbekrisas the yatuma. It says increases in terms of making your body puzzle, your body tummy. Tzuv shesiyah. The drinking something tummy will make a puzzle in the same amount of time. Consider bachila like it will make a puzzle from eating. Ramam Atsu Pasakim Perchas Miavasatuma Sayin Sham. Ram seems to hold it himself. So I don't have to say this the Ain't making me Tuma, you can't learn from Tuma. But you have to say according to Ramam there are two separate areas in Torah, you can't extrapolate from one to the other. Shiyomar, or we can say the came to Tumas Gbi'am Rabbanan, that the body becomes tummy by eating or drinking something tummy is Rabbanan. Lo Tzuchai Be'achel they enjoy the distinction between eating and drinking. They are Kopanim Yesh Machlokes Shir Tziyuv Shtiyas Revius. In any event, we have machlekes, at least because we have the Raven, as to how much time a Shtiyas Revius is mitzaref. Ve'fresh Gadol Yesh B'neim. There's a big difference. The Chedei Achilas Pras V'adai Have Harei Kishosh Arba Minutin. The Achilas Pras is definitely 3 or 4 minutes. With the Shtiyas Revius, but the amount of time it takes to drink Revius V'adai Legil Mechza Shlish B'shir is not even a third or a half or a third of this amount. Right? It can't be more than 1 or so minutes. For a pious person to be careful. Because Sif like we mentioned previously, or to make a Birchmona Sif Gimel. So the Arukh HaShulchan says, also evidently like the Mishnah Berurah, that you wouldn't make a bracha achroina on drinking hot drinks if you drink them too slowly. And that is a big chumrah. Test. The Rambam writes in terms of machos l'suros, the gzais is not included what's between the teeth. But that which is between the gums, mitzayef v'chulei. Gzais k'chelem unavailable v'chulei. The gazais of forbidden fats or of forbidden meat, shnicha b'chama, and he put it in the sun, and he smite, and it became less than a gazais because it dried up. Hochla potter, somebody eats it is exempt. Chazam enicha b'kshamim, put it back in the rain, it's nitpach, and it becomes bigger again. Chayav l'koros hamakus, you are chayav koros hamakus. Hayapachas mikazais mitchila, but it was originally was less than a gazais, and nitpach, and then it became bloated. V'amar kazais now became a kazais usher, so ein lokim alav ad kan l'shono, there's no malchus. V'nir pasha the gamli bracha achron adinke. It's a bracha, it should be that halacha. Don't kafim ma'asher ma'achol asher after what the food is now. Ba'asher u'sham. V'im yesh bo atok kazais, if it has kazais now, but bargain bracha achron, make a bracha achrona. V'im bo atok kazais, it doesn't have a kazais now. After mitchil lo b'gzais, even though initially had gzais, ein mebarchin lo bracha achrona, you don't make a bracha achrona. V'im lo ya b'gzais mitchil v'nitpach, if you have a gzais to begin with, and bloated from a gzais, and now it's a gzais, ein mebarchin lo, don't make a bracha on it. U'pashadu memachos fogi, and it's simple that it's something which is sponge-like. Sheish ben the comment which has holes, and at the comment's time of gzais, the holes don't join to make up a kazayis. But anyway, also seems to think about the Tam Bereish Perek Gimel Taros Rota Bagrisin. It says at the beginning of the third paragraph of Taros that the gravy and the bits of grain and the grisin's like a porridge. Sorry, v'cholov. I think it's milk, maybe it's chalev, we'll see. When they are, no, it has to be chalev, it's got to be fat. So these things, the gravy and the porridge and the fats, when they're beverages, tofeach, which you can actually, if you touch them, they make you moist. They are rishon l'tuma. Karshu, if they dry up, harein shneim, they only shein l'tuma, because mashkin is always rishon l'tuma midrabanan, but not ochlin, not food. Klamar, meaning it says karshu, once it becomes solidified, they're like food. So this will be also true about bracha achrona. If the water got solidified, or whatever liquid it was. But he ate it when it was solid. So bracha achrona goes to gazais. Hagam b'shar mashkin is true about all other types of beverages. The bezeshel lo shayach ben tuma l'shar dvarim. But this is no, in this respect, there's no reason to make a distinction between tuma and anything else. So to seem to me, the ochel shelok or bar or kvar, somebody who eats snow or hail or frost, ugleed, another type of frost. Banana is that he has benefit of this. Go and shoot some such as when he's thirsty. So bar bracha gazais makes the bracha gazais. The mikvah shlimar boy. So high these substances can make up the 40 saw of mikvah. So at least in some respect they're considered to be like liquid. Commotion mevor pregnant vos. We come atol b'achila. So shem achila. But nonetheless, when you eat it now, when you're chewing it, it has the name of eating. Lo shem shtia, not the name of drinking. Kavachomer merotev, the Mishnah Tara Shebenu. There's certainly a kavachom from Rotev when in the Mishnah Tara which we brought, where also we say that when it's congealed, it has the halacha of ochlin. Kol ochlin would start from the gazais. All foodstuffs join from the gazais. Kol mashkim would start from the bias, and all the beverages join to make a bias. Avil ochel chatzi zayis never should become so achroina became main shlosh. You made a chatzi zayis from a mezonos. Chatzi zayis never should become so by the first chatzi zayis. So it was burning fashos. Mitzvah burning fashos. They would start for the lower brachas, so to speak, of burning fashos. Chema mashkin. So by beverages, because shos and chatzi b'yis yain, you drink half for some wine, chatzi b'yis mishar mashkin, half for some other beverages. It's started burning fashos. They join together burning fashos. But eating and drinking, they don't join together. So right, ain't shir and shava. The shir is not the same. And the benefit or pleasure is not the same either. Anything which makes food better and fixes the food, it's to be food. In other words, solid. Such as the brine on a vegetable, or a beverage which is absorbed in the food, with and they join together to make a kazayas. Or maybe if the beverage stands on its own, it doesn't join together. Therefore, food which is fried in honey, pirskis, eingemacht, all sorts of pastries, those which are fried in butter, kreplach, blintzes, pumpuskes, teichats, shuman, or they're fried in the oil of a chema of the butter, and the fat which is on the food. All these starting kazayis, they all join to a kazayis. The mashka bal ochel beverage comes into food. It's like food. Okay, nearly done. Mumoli basar gvina of beitzim gvina. Arukh HaShulchan said he seems to him that food which is filled with meat or eggs or cheese ain't a basar by beitzim gvina, but starting like kazayis in bracha alamichya. The meat, the eggs, and the cheese, which are independent because they're inside and they are covered over. They don't show up for making size for micha. Kim show up because they're standing on their own. Because ain't me'akemach zayis. In that case, anytime there's no zayis of the kemach itself, mevarach barin fashos to make it barin fashos. In elo mag zayis if there is altogether shir zayis. Chen hatach chem alapas, somebody who pats butter on bread, kikim, or on flat cakes. Enachem mitzaref. The butter does not join to make up a gazayis. Kim chugush volume. That's most it's a solid which stands on its own. Avatach shemen al shuman. But if you spread oil or fat mitzaref, then it does join together to make gazayis. To nivla bohem because it becomes absorbed in the food. It's like the brine on the vegetables. And it says here in the brackets, in the Candy Alinos Daiti, Vidvarim Elu. This is all the Arukh HaShulchan's own svara. You don't make a bracha on the food or beverage until actually the machal beverage is the until food or beverage is in front of him. The gam should be food ready to eat, or to drink. Goes in mishkedim, such as if you're eating nuts or almonds. Don't make the bracha until you break the outer shell. Rishon, Shkeda Rishon, until you break the outer shell of the first walnut or the first almond. You make the bracha before the breaking. Say the breaking is an interruption. It's not like cutting bread. We can finish the cutting. The bishar pas shochel gulafanader. There, the bread which he's going to eat is open in front of him. The gemara chitu karega, and finishing the cut is a moment. Mashin goes as opposed to the nut hamachom who said the food is covered. Because mashvei karega, and breaking it also doesn't take a moment. The picha yishbar mikor bracha, since you break it before the bracha. Came ochel tapuach, so to be eating an apple. They don't eat it until you peel it. You bought achash kafena, make the bracha after you peel it. That the peeling should not be an interruption. And everything similar to this. Where the beverage is in the jug. And you pour it into a cup. And you drink it out of the cup. You shouldn't make the bracha until it's in the cup. So to the food where beverage is very cold, or very hot. You can't eat it, or drink it until some time elapses. Until it's suitable to eat and drink. And so to anything similar. Brings in the back brackets here. I'm Belly a Rabba. So you see, because before you break the shell of the nut or the almond in order to make a bracha on a sholim. Below Mr. Cloud, Arukh HaShulchan disagrees with this. So Gamkin ain't okay. Baduk and Yerab himself does not seem to go with that in the conclusion, regardless. Yud Beis, I'll call Peres Elon all fruits of the trade. Bim Mashiva Saminim, where they're from the 7 species that the Torah praises, or the praises of Eretz Yisrael. Bim Mashiva or of other species, Bir Bracha Yishon Shalom, bird praise. The first bracha is bird praise. Even though they grow from the ground like vegetables. So therefore made Adam them nevertheless. They prefer to give them a more specialized bracha, because their significance. Anything which is more significant, has a more specific bracha. Give praise to Hashem, but he created something so significant. Lashon bracha by praetz. Lashon bracha. Is bracha borei praetz, the creator of the fruit of the tree. Below haborei, and not the creator. Every bracha must be talking about the past. Even though haborei also indicates a past, like we say, motzi lechem nartz indicates in the past. Nevertheless, Borei Ulashim Avorios. Borei is a superior language than Haborei. Uvahamotzi Havitam Shlo Avrebosios. By Hamotzi we say Hamotzi Melcholam Hamotzi Lechem. In order to not get the mems messed up, right? Between Olam and Motzi, that's to put in the hay in the middle. K'mosh Ksam Sim Kum Sam Zayin. Pilutam Achishtam L'Shem LaRos Diktuk Beloshin. Even going language. According to the reason given that I want to show precision in language. Dayo ba'motzi, that would still suffice to say motzi. Can call brachas below hey. No, that would suffice to change the bracha by hamotzi. Can call brachas therefore all other brachas him below here without a hey. Bar prates such as bar prates, bar biadam, bar mizunos. But Hashem he was designed the zel lashon hoveh. We also mentioned back then that this language of present tense, indicates the divine providence, at every moment, at every time, and at every moment.